Hello everybody, just checking in on a beautiful October day here in Portland, Oregon, where you can see lovely downtown is behind me and not at all on fire. Not a lot of news to report. Got a new release, got a site in the wild, just doing the monthly town hall check-in. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Hey everybody, this month we released Concrete CMS 9.4.5. This is a maintenance release, so if you're running any version of Concrete CMS 9, definitely consider getting this on your sites or into your testing environments soon. There's not a ton of new features in this release, but there are some long-standing bug fixes and a couple improvements as well. Some of the examples of those are we no longer wrap grid framework-based layouts in an extra row and column class. So this one is a funny one because it's been around for, I think, like 10 years. It's been around for a long time. One of the oldest GitHub issues we have, and happy to say that is fixed in this version. And fixed some UI quirks when mousing over table-based list views in the dashboard. This used to drive me crazy. Basically, just the rows wouldn't highlight immediately until you moved your mouse over a different row. These are the kinds of little things that are certainly not mission critical, but hopefully they add up to a platform feeling a little bit like it has a little bit more polish. And then we have a bunch of bug fixes. So fixed pages when editing canonical URLs are not correctly marked as in the trash. Fixed nesting freeform layout inside area layouts breaks honoring the spacing value. So if you're getting super creative with layouts inside layouts, you might notice this. That may not be a huge use case, but we want to make Concrete have zero bugs at some point in the future. So this is a good stepping stone toward getting there. So thanks for checking this out, and I hope that it works well. Thank you to everyone who helped out with documentation this month. That includes one user, Dave MyB. So thank you, Dave MyB, for help keeping the docs rolling in. And then thank you to everyone who was active in GitHub this month. Light month, probably everyone getting back from summer vacations has to get into real work at this point. But thank you so much to everyone still active in GitHub. That includes Bloody Iron, Hishi, Dan Klassen, Gutig, M. Nakale, and M. Lokati. Thank you to everyone, and we will see you again next month.
Hello, adoring fans of Concrete CMS. This month, I have 3 new packages to present to you, starting with URL aliases from Michele Locati. This package lets you easily create aliases for local URLs, files, and external URLs. But that's not all. You also have multi-language options. You can include post values and query parameters, or specify a target element on the page to scroll to. And there'll never be a conflict with existing URLs. URL aliases is $30 in the marketplace and also available from GitHub. Second, we have ROI Calculator by Mark Schiffer. This package adds a blog to your website to present business metrics and other pieces of data in the form of calculations and their results. Say, for instance, you want to let users calculate the total of an order or any sets of values. Use this blog to add the data and the result formula to the page. Users can manipulate the data and see the results in real time. It comes with several templates and is easy to translate. ROI Calculator is $25 in the marketplace. And finally, we have Macaru Task Notifier by Macaru Digital. It can't get any simpler and any more useful. This package will send you an email on tasks completion, letting you know if they ended successfully or failed. You can specify which tasks to notify you about and what results to notify you about. You can set it and forget it. It'll just run and do its job. Nothing better to keep an eye on critical tasks. Macaru Task Notifier is $25 in the marketplace. And that's it for today. See you next month. Take care and be safe.
Welcome to Sites in the Wild, where we shine light on the creative ways Concrete CMS is being used out in the real world. So today we're going to talk about Healthy at Home, which is an Aetna Medicare website. So this website's built by Rox Branding, one of our partners and a creative agency that specializes in lots of different health cares. Let's take a look at their website quick. Here we go. You can see all their case studies, everything that they work on. One of their universities. But for today, we're going to talk about Aetna. And the purpose of this Aetna's Medicare Healthy at Home website, this is a portal or a hub which brings fitness, nutrition, wellness programming directly into all of these seniors. Very cool. You can sign up for any of these food classes. You can see any of the other food classes. There's easy to use video libraries with weekly updates. There's free access for members on here. There's also cool website, cool recipes, and you can sign up each week to attend, which is very cool. So this is free access for members. It's designed to keep older adults active, engaged, and healthy while they're at home. And this site works. It combines beautiful, approachable design in a nice way. Easy sign-up features for their users. There's only 3 buttons here to choose from. So Healthy at Home is more than a website. It's a lifeline for seniors to stay connected. And it's super easy to get signed up. This is a well-built website. And anything with Rox Branding's design and concrete is a plus. Under the hood, it's great. Thanks all.
Hey gang, I'm actually going to be answering the Fun in the Forums thread this week. Let's talk about the super user. So we've got a thread here that TJB Photo started trying to get into rescanning the multilingual tree when you're running a multilingual site, which is a fairly deep function. Like, going to go through the whole site, rescan, generate new pages, to definitely change big parts of your site quickly. John actually helps them get in. Bloody Iron chimes in with, hey, this is another case of there being something that you have to be a super user to do, and shouldn't that not be the case? Shouldn't there be specific permissions tied to everything that you can do in Concrete? Yeah, that is in fact, well, that's almost the case. It's not that it's tied to the super user, it's that the super user doesn't have permission checks. So if you've ever used a Unix-based operating system, it functions very much the same way. There's a root account, and it is special. It doesn't get all of the same checks that other accounts do. That is why, when you are trained on how to use Unix, you are told to not use the root account unless you absolutely have to, right? People who are constantly using super user on Unix, bad practice. You can break things that you really shouldn't be able to. So the way we do it in Concrete is the first account made on the system, account number 1, is super user. So it's important to keep in mind as you're working on a site, if you are configuring permissions to view things on pages and whatnot, and you have added user groups to that number 1 user account, it's not actually checking that. It's just showing you everything because it is literally not bothering to check permissions because you are logged in as user number 1. This is super handy when somehow you've configured things to both be viewable but not viewable, or at the page level I can see it, at the block level I can't. Like, there are cases, we've certainly helped clients with cases of, like, I have locked myself out, I've done something complicated with custom access entities and time permissions, and there's all sorts of very powerful permission stuff that you can do, and it's not impossible to get into a corner where you just can't undo what you've done. And so in those cases, it's really nice to be able to log in as user number 1 and say, oh, I've unconfigured all that. Let's see if we can get it right this time. Probably should have these admin functions in at least kind of a general meta permission. We have task permissions in the dashboard, so like a lot of these things do get tied to, user can do specific thing X. I think there's a little hesitation on our end of adding like thousands of those for every specific thing that you might do that we would deem kind of like admin-y. And so we probably get away with saying, well, log in as a super user to do something as deep as rescanning all multilingual page permissions. When we think that there's, when there are more kind of editory functions, we do make task permissions for that. So If you get into the dashboard and look for task permissions, you'll see things tied for like sitemap and managing users and that kind of stuff that you can kind of assign to sub-admins, as it were. But there is some background in color. It's not that it's tied to that account, it's just that account isn't checking permissions, so you're able to do it. Hope that helps and maybe gives you some insight as to when is a good time to use that root admin account and when isn't. We always try to stop using that very quickly when we set up a site, just so we're having a more accurate client experience. You want to enjoy what the site is going to feel like when it's actually doing all the permissions checks on a page load, and not take advantage of using that root admin account more than you have to. Thanks. All right, that's it for October. Thank you, everybody, for contributing and all that you do. And we will see you online and check back in November.